What's going on, guys? I've got another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle, and this time it's against a good friend named Felix. So looking at the teams, I've got my Excadrill, my Crawdaunt, Parasect, Noivern, Mega Charizard X, as well as my Gengar. He's rocking a Volcarona, Gardevoir, Garchomp, Azumarill, Klefki, as well as a Hydreigon. So he could have actually a Mega Gardevoir or Mega Garchomp, but I just had a feeling he might be using a Mega Garchomp. So let's get this battle underway. I wasn't too sure who he would lead off with. I thought maybe he might send out his Klefki, and I know he has a Volcarona, so a priority for me is to get up my Stealth Rocks early in this game as possible, because that thing is 4 times weak to Stealth Rocks. So I just decided to lead off with my Excadrill, and I know I can pretty much take any hit provided his Azumarill doesn't come in, and it's great. He sends in his Hydreigon, so that's not too bad. It wasn't his Klefki. And he goes for the Fire Blast. I knew I'd be able to survive a non-stab Fire Blast, so that's okay. And I just go straight for the Stealth Rocks. And he does not have a Rapid Spinner, so that's excellent. Those are permanently on the field. I don't think he has any Pokemon that can use Defog. I don't think so, no. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Alright, so he decides to switch out, and I also wanted to switch out because I didn't want to lose my Excadrill so early on in the game. So he predicted that really well, and I just decided to go to my Noivern because I predicted another Fire Blast, and I would have obviously resisted that. So at least I know it's carrying a Choice Band. That's good. It's going to be locked to whatever attack it does go for. And I have to switch out. There's no way Noivern is going to be surviving a Play Rough. So I go into my Gengar, which I know resists it, but look at how much of damage that does. Oh my word, that is crazy. That is crazy. So I just go for the Pain Split now. I'm gonna get some health back. Ooh, that's good, Gengar. But this was a very key point in the battle, because he missed with that Play Rough, and I'm pretty sure that Play Rough would have knocked me out. And I guess that's why it has such a high base power, because of the 95%. I think it's 95% accuracy. So he goes for the. I was able to get the burn off, and obviously it's going to reduce its attack quite significantly. And he goes for the Play Rough, and it still does a decent chunk of damage. It's not going to be able to knock me out, but my Gengar is not going to be able to take another one, so I have to switch out. So I decided to go into a Pokemon that's going to resist a Play Rough, which is definitely going to be my Excadrill. And I know he's not going to be able to knock me out of the Play Rough, but he in fact decides to switch out. He predicted that, and he goes into his Hydreigon. So he's bringing that back in, and I mean I just went for the Earthquake, but he goes for the Dragon Balls. I think he predicted me switching out, possibly into my Noivern, and Dragon Balls would have definitely taken out. But I wasn't too fussed if I had lost my Excadrill, which is why I decided to just go for the Earthquake. But for now, I wanted to actually save him, and I decided to go into Crawdaunt because I knew I could actually revenge kill it with an Aqua Jet, and I would be able to survive a Dragon Pulse. But the Dragon Pulse does quite a lot of damage. I'm at 31 HP, which is red zone. That's danger zone right there. So he decides to switch out. He makes a good switch here. He knew the Aqua Jet was coming, and that's what I go for. And that Klefki definitely totally eats that up. It hardly does. I mean, it does a decent amount, more than I had initially expected, to be honest. But I don't want to get paralyzed. I knew I could actually revenge kill something else a bit later on. So I decided to bring my Excadrill in, and I wanted to see what kind of set his Klefki was running as well. But he just decides to go straight on for the foul play, and that's definitely going to take out my Excadrill. So bye, Excadrill. Sorry about that. At least you managed to get the Stealth Rocks up. Good job. So now he just goes for the foul play again. I thought he may decide to try Thunder Wave me or something, which is why I opted for the Crab Hammer, because I knew that would have taken him out. So that was a bit greedy from me. I should have went for the Aqua Jet again, and I would have been able to outspeed it. So now I just sent in my Parasect because I knew I could take anything from it, and my Parasect's attack stat's pretty low. And he decides to just paralyze my Parasect, and Parasect is pretty darn slow already, so that's not going to really bother me. It's just the actual hacks that is. So he switches out now, and he brings in his Hydreigon, and I just go for the Spore, because that's what Parasect does. Parasect is a Spore, a sleep inducer. So that's excellent. At least one of his Pokemon are asleep. So now I decided to switch out. I thought I could bring in my Gengar now and try to get up a free substitute, because I know if he brings in his Klefki and tries to paralyze my Gengar there, and I'll be protected behind the sub. And once Gengar is paralyzed, he's pretty much just death fodder. But he doesn't even give me a chance to set up my substitute and get a free sub up. Instead, he decides to immediately switch into his Azumarill. So I do in fact just go for the sub, and I thought, you know what, maybe I would be able to survive an Aqua Jet, because it is in fact burned, and Aqua Jet, I wasn't too sure, so that's why I decided to stay in. I mean, I already got the sub up, there's no point in just switching out. I might as well just see how much this thing does. And he goes with the Aqua Jet, and it does break my sub, so that's useless. Thanks, Gengar, you got way too little HP. So at least I'm able to knock out his Zoom Rule. That's not a bad thing, right? So his Zoom Rule's out of the picture. That's excellent news for me. I won't have to worry about a stab, huge power, priority Aqua Jet. So now he brings in his Hydreigon again, and the Stealth Rock's damage is going to be able to take him out. I thought I would still have like a free turn here to set up a substitute, but that's not how this game works. Right, so now he decides to bring in his Klefki again, and I knew he was going to go for the Thunder Wave. There's no way my Gengar was going to stay in for that. So I decided to switch into my Parasect, and he does in fact go for the Thunder Wave. So you can't paralyze me, I'm already paralyzed, damn it. So he just decided to switch out. I don't know what he was predicting from me, and he decides to at least bring in his Volcarona. And look at that Stealth Rock's damage. How amazing is that? Just love it. Just love it. But I get the hacks, so that's unfortunate. I just went for the X's because I wanted to see how much damage it would do. I don't think it would have done much to Volcarona anyway. So now I decided to switch out because I mean, it's pretty obvious that a fire move is going to be coming, and there is no way that Parasect is going to be surviving a ×4 fire attack from Volcarona. So he goes for the overheat, and I do resist that, so I'm able to survive. And I just attack back with the flamethrower because I thought he may predict the air slash and switch into his Klefki, and I just wanted to play it safe. So I just went for the flamethrower, and I knew that with the special attack drop, he would not be able to take me out with another overheat. So that's alright. But I was able to outspeed him, even though he went for a Quiverdown. So that's quite interesting. I don't think he has invested in much speed with his Volcarona. But anyway, he brings in his Klefki down. There is no way I'm going to be taking a Thunder Wave, so I definitely have to switch out. And I go into my Parasect, but he predicts that, and he makes a double switch. No, it's not a double switch. He just switches out, and he brings in his Garchomp. So that's unfortunate because I'm just going to go for a Spore, but he decides to go for a Protect, and unfortunately for him, I get hacks this turn. So he could have attacked me. That was a bit unfortunate and unlucky on his side. And now he decides to just attack me with an Outrage, and that's not going to take me out. I'm pretty bulky in defense, and now I'm able to break through and get the Spore off. So that was awesome. That worked out so well for me, and now his Garchomp is sleeping. So he has to switch out now. He doesn't want a Leech Seed coming his way, which is what my Parasect runs. So now I just go for the Leech Seed, and at least that Klefki is now seeded. So he's going to be losing HP whilst I'm going to be gaining HP, and I've got no complaints with that whatsoever. That's a pretty good arrangement if you ask me. So I kind of predicted him to switch out. I mean, he'll lose his Klefki if he doesn't do so. But he decides to, I think, go for like a suicide dual screen lead. And of course now I can't seed him again if he is seeded, so that was a waste of a turn. Not really a waste because I'm at least restoring some of my HP back. But seeing that he went for a light screen, I knew he was pretty much going to go for a Reflect. So I said this is a perfect chance for me to bring in Gengar and restore some HP, especially with the Black Sludge as well as with the Leech Seed sapping of its HP. And it would die at the end of this turn, so I wouldn't have to worry about a Thunder Wave. So everything worked out pretty well for me there in terms of predictions. He did in fact go for the Reflect, so that's great. I'm back to like half HP with Gengar. I think Gengar is the real MVP this game. He managed to dodge that damn Play Rough from Zoom Roll. So now he sends in Gardevoir, and it's going to get poked by the rocks, and this is in fact his Mega Pokemon, so it's going to Mega Evolve. And I knew I could take a Dazzling Gleam, and decided to stay in and go for a Shadow Ball because I know this thing is pretty bulky, but if I can get the special defense drop, I know I can outspeed it on the next turn and potentially take it out. So that's the plan that I had in mind. But he goes to the Dazzling Gleam. I'm just able to survive right there with like 16 HP, and I don't get the special defense drop, so I'm not going to be able to knock it out in the next turn. But he does in fact carry Shadow Sneak, so that's definitely going to be able to take out my Gengar. And he is going to be able to potentially sweep and revenge kill a couple of my Pokemon. So I gotta be careful right there. So I decided to send in Parasect, and I go for the predictable Leech Seed, and he has Taunt, so he's gonna taunt me, and I'm not gonna be able to use my damn Leech Seed. So Parasect is pretty useless, so I decided to switch out and I bring in my Neuver now. And I thought, you know what, maybe he'd go for a Shadow Sneak. I don't know what I was thinking here. It was pretty obvious he's going for the Dazzling Gleam. And he does. He's able to get a free kill on my Neuver, so that really sucks. I just lost my Neuver for absolutely nothing. So now I decided to bring in Parasect again. There is no way I'm going for another Leech Seed. He decides to go for the Taunt. He gets the Taunt off, but I predicted that really well, and I just went for the Exorcism. I wanted to see how much damage it would do, and it does. It does a lot. I think it's a lot for Parasect. Parasect isn't a really my attacking Pokemon. It's more of a support type. But he goes for the Dazzling Gleam, and that is able to knock me out. At least the light screen is worn off, so that's okay. So now I send in my Charizard. This is the only Pokemon that I have left, and it's Mega Charizard X. So there's no way that I'm going to Mega Evolve right now, because I know that a Dazzling Gleam will definitely be able to take me out. And at least with the fire, with Charizard being a fire type, it's able to resist the Dazzling Gleam. So that's a win for me. That's how important it is to time your Mega Evolutions. So now all he's got left is his Garchomp, and thankfully his Reflect wore off at this point in time, because I don't think a neutral Dragon Claw from Mega Charizard X would take Garchomp out, especially since it is faster than me, and he does still remain asleep this turn. So that is absolutely critical for this victory of mine. So a Dragon Claw is going to be able to take out a sleeping Garchomp, and that is the game. I'm going to get Rough Skin, there's going to be recoil, but even so, I am going to win this game. Awesome game, Felix. This was really fun, intense, I had such a good time, and I hope we can have a rematch soon. And thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the battle, please make sure to leave a like and comment on what was your most favorite part of this battle. Thanks for watching again, and I will see you guys in the next video.